Hey guys, welcome to Hip Hop Pairs, your time machine for hip hop collectibles. Today is the 12th of February, and we have sad news. We lost Trugoy, the Dove, from De La Soul. And so I just want to do a little tribute to Trugoy and the whole De La Soul movement, you know, the whole native tongues, and just talk about, you know, what they mean to me and what Trugoy and what he means to me too, and the whole De La Soul movement. This is a big deal, guys. I mean, we just lost a huge player. This is like losing a Beatles member. This is a big deal for any of the golden era hip hop fans, anybody who was in high school in 1988. You know, you just knew. Anybody who was around in '88 to really, you know, experience this movement, you know that it's a big shock for a lot of us. You know, losing a member of the hip hop family. So what I have in front of you is just some music that I've collected over the years from one of my favorite groups, De La Soul, which has a member. You got Trugoy, rest in peace. You know, you got Maceo, the DJ, and then you have Postinus. This is Pluck 1, Pluck 2, and Pluck 3. And I'll let you know when they first came out, right? With this album here. This album dropped in 1989. But before they had that single, that very famous single that, you know, that hit MTV by storm, you know, Me, Myself, and I. They had a song that came out in 1988 called Potholes in My Lawn. And that's when we all got a chance to really experience this for the first time. When that song Potholes in My Lawn came out, it was so out there. It was so weird. The way they looked was weird. The way the video looked, the black and white video, they were just like out of space weird, man. I mean, you know, and the rhymes, you couldn't understand anything. It was like graffiti. You know, like when you look at graffiti, you can't understand it. That's how their rhymes were, kind of like, you know, graffiti. You just had to know. You had to be on the inside to know. You had to listen 1,000 times just to understand what they were talking about. And this is the cassette I had in my Walkman. This very same cassette I had in my Walkman back in 1989, my last year of high school, right? And I don't have the cover for it because, trust me, this cassette was everywhere with me, and I misplaced the cover. But this cassette is a classic, a hip-hop classic. It's called 3 Feet High and Rising, right? And this is just a major cassette. It made a major dent. It created a whole movement. This cassette spawned the entire movement. You know, when 3 Feet High and Rising came out, then all of a sudden you had, you know, Q-Tip coming out with A Tribe Called Quest. You had Diggable Planets. You had Divine Styler. All these different people who was just, they had their own sound, their own way of their own speech. You had to be on the inside. These were the coolest people in that time. And Trugoy, the Dove, you know, he was so ahead of his time. His style, the way he cut his hair, it was just like he was really, you know, forward with things. All three of them were just amazing, and I'm just so happy that I got a chance to experience this movement when it just came out, when the video just dropped on Video Music Box. The first video, Potholes in My Lawn, dropped on Video Music Box in 1988. And trust me, it was weird. That video was really weird. And then after that, they went through this. After they went through the Daisy Age and all this stuff, you know, people were like calling them hippies and everything. And it was really cool. And they changed the way people dress. I mean, people dressed different after De La Soul came out. It was dashikis. It was just, you just had your own style, your own way of dressing, you know. And then after that, they tried to rebel against being called hippies, and they came out with the second album in 1991 called De La Soul is Dead. This album was a really good album. It had a lot of good songs on this album. The debut video for this was really, you know, really good. I believe it was called Ring Ring or something like that. Let me see what the name of that video was. Let's see, rap skit. It's called Ring Ring Ha Ha Hey. That was the single, the video that came out for this. This is produced by De La Soul and Prince Paul. Same thing for this one. It was produced, I believe Prince Paul also produced this first album here, and the second one as well. And then after that, they moved into the Balloon Mind State, you know. And this one is when they were talking about, you know, people getting swell-headed or whatever, you know. And this one came out in 1993. And it was also a really good album, you know. It had tracks on there like Eye Patch, you know, Patty Duke, Ego Trippin', you know, Break of Dawn, which was like, I think they had a video for Break of Dawn, you know, and really good album, 1993, also produced by De La Soul and Prince Paul. If you're a true hip-hop head, you have to have this in your collection, and you don't have it on CD, you have it on cassette, because when it dropped, there was no CD. Then the fourth one was Stakes is High, right? Stakes is High came out, really dope album. You got De La Soul, Stakes is High, and Super MC. They talked about the business. They were more focused now on trying to make money from this thing, you know. So they talked about the business, you know, the music business. You know, let's see what other songs they had on here. Stakes is High was the video that they came out with. And this came out in 1996 on Tommy Boy Records. And let me give you guys just a sample of what the contents of inside look like. Now, I don't have the album cover for 3 Feet High and Rising, but here's how it looked actually. This is the cover. This is how the cover for the first album looked. You know. It was yellow, mostly yellow color for the daisies. And then for the second one, for the De La Soul is Dead, this is how it looked, this right here. Alright. And the third one, Balloon Mind State, which is the one I showed you here. I'll actually go into in this one and show you what the contents look like. You can see on this, you know, these are all the people who were part of Native Tongues, right? And they have, back in the days, hip-hop was really like family oriented. Like if you were really a part of a fraternity, there was a lot of unity going on. And you know, this was what it was. We're really gonna miss Trugoy, man. I mean, Pluck 2, you know, that when he's no longer with us, it's like, you know, it's the end of you having an opportunity to see De La Soul in concert, man. So it's a big deal, man. So you can see here all the different rappers who were part of the Native Tongue, and you can see them all here in the album. And back in those days, we used to open these, and we used to look to see who they're thanking, you know. And this is who they're thanking. Most of all, I would like to thank God for blessing me with my health, strength, and talent to be able to pursue a career such as this, regardless of all the tribulations that arose through the years. I wouldn't give this up for anything in the world. Within respect and grace of God's eyes. I would like to thank my mom, my pop, my brother. So this is actually Maceo giving thanks here, right? That Maceo is a DJ. That's him right here. And this is him giving thank you. These are all the native tongue people here, as I said before. And right here, this is Pos Pluck Wonder Why. He's giving his thank yous right here, right? And this was traditional with hip hop albums, Everybody gave the thank yous. And this is Dave Postanus, which passed away today. This is him, giving thanks. He says, I speak divine through God's theories, so I'd like to give tons without your guidance, right? So I'd like to give thanks. Without your guidance, I would be nothing. Special love to my moms and my baba. To my only sis, Yad, love y'all. To my true brothers, Mikey Rhodes, Mayor, Mace, Squirrel. We got here, we been here, and we gonna stay here. Love y'all. And he wrote a lot of other things here. And this is the reason we bought these, we had to buy the cassette, and we didn't want no bootleg. Because if you bought a bootleg, you would never get all this detail inside of the bootleg. When you go into in an album, when you go inside and you take the liner notes out, you're able to look and see who produced what, I'm so glad I kept all this stuff around. Yeah, I'm really happy that I kept it around. This was the Stakes is High. I spent a lot of time on the Stakes is High. And let's go back into Balloon Mind State and let you see how the inside looked. So as you can see, they have a cover here. They have an image of them with their mouth tied up. It's as if this kind of represents not being able to be creative. They got to watch what they say and stuff like that. Being that this is the second album. The third album. So by then they're feeling the pressures of showbiz. And then right here they're giving the thank yous. This was standard in a hip hop liner note back then. And you can see the creativity. For each song they had like an image to represent what the song is about. This is real creativity here, I really wish I still had the cover for, 3 High and Rising, man. I mean, I've got to search. I'm going to keep searching. I must find it. It has to be here somewhere, So so what we done so far? We've done De La Soul, 3 High and Rising, De La Soul's Dead. We did Balloon Mind State, Stakes is High. And then after that, they came out with one. By now, this is like the CD era when people are buying CDs. This is the De La Soul Art Official Intelligence Mosaic Thump, right? This dropped in 1990. Let's see what year. Actually, this came out in 2000, right? Really good album. The music sound amazing on this one, and I tell you, this is a really, really good album. And you can see they were really adapting into the times were changing. The internet, we were in an internet age, and they were just moving forward, They were just moving forward. Yeah, they were moving forward. This is an amazing album. I've definitely pumped this a lot. Had tracks on there like spitkicker.com. That's just a way of showing you that they're embracing the internet. You Can Do Life, My Rights, Ooh, which is featuring Redman. This one has the video. So the debut video was for the song Ooh, right? And that was for the debut video. And right here, let me show you something, guys. inside of this, they also had the liner notes in here. It's stuck in here somehow, but you know, years of keeping these things. Let me leave it alone. I don't want to tamper with it and then, you know, break it. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, taking it out. There we go. They gave us a poster, right, for this one. So you got a poster when you purchased it. And trust me, I always support De La Soul. I'm a true De La Soul head. You know, I always supported them. And show them love. They're from Long Island, and Strong Island represent. You know, and thank God for these guys, man. They really gave us an alternative. They showed us that you don't have to be. You don't have to follow the trends. You know, you could just be your own. You could just do your own thing. You know, you don't have to follow a trend. So, and you could come up with your own creativity. You could just be creative. So I really, you know, enjoy these guys. And this was the last album I bought from them. As you could see, this album came out just a few years ago. I could have easily. This came out in 2016. I could have easily just you know, stream it. But when you're a real fan of a group, you go out there and you support them. So I went and I bought this. As a matter of fact, they have some issues with streaming actually. So I went and I made sure to support. And this is an amazing album called And the Anonymous Nobody by De La Soul. You know, this is a really good album. I definitely recommend you guys picking this album up. And this album, the song Memory Off is what they did the video. They have a video for Memory Off. Guys, I recommend you go out there and go check that out. You know, Memory Off, featuring Estelle and Pete Rock. Guys, I'm gonna definitely miss Trugoy. Pluck 2. Rest in peace, Pluck 2. You've done your job. You'll never be forgotten. As long as there's hip hop, we'll always remember you, because you know, when we were stuck in a rut, when hip hop was kind of stuck in a rut, everybody was dressing alike, sounding alike. You guys came out and just breathed fresh air. And you know, when you guys came out there and just had your own style of dressing, you know, and your own, you made people just proud to be themselves, you know. And I just want to thank everybody in the group. I want to tell you guys to be strong in this time right now. I know you guys are going through a big mourning period for Trugoy. Pluck 2. Rest in peace, man. All right. Take care, guys.